Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here.
What I want to talk about today, because I've gotten this question a lot, is how do I hit, whether it's baseball and it's a curveball or an off-speed pitch, or same thing, softball, it's not a fastball, it's some type of off-speed pitch, it's a little bit slower. How do I hit that if I'm not sitting on it? Because you'll see some really, really good hitters that they may not be sitting on off-speed, but they still are able to hit it, even not in a two-strike count. I'm talking about at any count. So when I think about that, I think there's really two things that you have to do. The first thing is you cannot have an approach where you're just going to try to hammer balls over the pull side foul pole.
Yeah.
Like for you as a lefty, if your approach is just to hammer balls to the pull side foul pole, you're not going to be a hitter that hits an off-speed pitch when you're not sitting on it. The first thing, the adjustment would be, I need to think a little bit more big part of the field, gap to gap. If you're thinking a little bit more big part of the field, gap to gap, and that pitch is a little bit slower than you think, you still have a chance to hit it. Will you just show me real quick? Will you just go to contact for me for a second? So let's go to that fastball where you're trying to pull that thing. Yeah, you're trying to get the head out, and you're just trying to smash the ball right there. And listen, that's okay. There's going to be times where you say, a 2-0 count, I'm looking to do this. But if you try to do this and that ball's slower, you're gone, you can't get to it, okay? So you've got to make a decision. Are you going to sell out for that pitch? This pitcher, when I get up in the count, I'm looking for something hard, something a little bit in to do that with. If you want to do that, okay, fine. You want to take a shot, you've earned the right. We talked about that in another video, like you've earned it. That's fine, but you're probably at that point, like I said, not going to be very good at hitting anything other than that one pitch. And if you get something other than that pitch, you better say no and just say, nope, I'm taking it. I don't care if it's a strike. But again, if you want the ability, because some players have it, to be able to hit multiple pitches, you've got to go to contact again. Instead of getting the pitch out there, let's move it back a little bit. Okay, so now you're able to hit the ball there. Or even maybe you hit the ball here. Now you've still got a chance. If it's slower, you can catch the ball out front. So now you're able to catch two pitches, multiple pitches, fastball breaking ball, fastball drop ball, whatever sport you want to talk about. You're able to hit two pitches with one swing thought. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is making sure that your upper body and lower body stay loaded. So get in your stance for a second. As long as you don't commit with your hands, so get loaded. Right, so as you're starting to move out, and he's gonna put his foot on the ground because I can't hold him in the air forever, but as long as you stay pulled back, so he's coiled, he's pulled back, he hasn't committed yet, now he can just hold that a split bit longer. He might even get a little bit forward. Yeah, sometimes like you might get even a little bit forward, but this is still back. And now he says, I just hold it for a split second longer, boom, and then I hit it. I can load, I'm here, and I might get a little forward, but this hasn't committed, boom, and I still hit it. Versus I load, I start to stride, this starts to come forward, and at that point, if this starts to come early, I don't want to just swing at an off-speed pitch when I'm ahead in the count because I'm not going to do any damage. But if I can stay pulled back, coiled, loaded, move out, and I just hold on to that just a little bit longer, I still got a chance to hammer a pitch.
Yeah.
And I've seen it plenty of times. Players, it's 1-0, they get an off-speed pitch, and they hit a double. And you're like, how did they do that? That's how they did it. Their approach, but also they just held on to their load just a little bit longer, and they're able to hit multiple pitches. And especially in today's game, where the pitchers are getting so good that sometimes you can't just sit on your exact pitch in the exact spot. You have to have the ability to hit multiple pitches. Because I think today, in both baseball and softball, pitchers are able to throw off-speed pitches better than ever before. And they can command it better than ever before. And so you have to be able to hit multiple pitches, not just in two strikes, but sometimes you have to be able to
hit. And you need to do it in a variety of length for a longer margin of error.
Right. Yeah, a lot of it, we talk about bat path all the time. Like, I've got to be able to get my barrel into the zone early and keep it in the zone for a long time.
And I know I was saying how, like, when you're up in the count, those are your pitches. You don't want your biggest swings in that moment. You want your best swings in that moment. When I'm up 2-0, I'm looking for a pitch middle. That doesn't mean I'm trying to hit it out here. I'm trying to hit it out there. I need to keep staying in that direction.
No, it's a good point. Your best swing, how did you word that? Your best swing, your biggest swing.
Yes, I don't want my biggest swing, I want my best swing.
That's a good point, right. And that happens a lot. I think players get up in the count and they try to take a bigger swing.
They come too rotational, shoulders gone, hands are away from them.
Right, just because you're trying to catch a ball and hit it a mile that way. And a lot of times, if you just try to put your best swing on the ball, you can still smash a ball that way, right? But if you try to do that and take a big swing,
less is more.
Yeah, exactly. Then you're off the ball. Then you're getting too rotational. Then you're hooking the ball. You smash a ball, but you hit it 50 feet foul, and it feels really good, but you didn't get anything for it. So that's the best way to be able to hit an off-speed pitch in a fastball count, just by thinking, stay low a little bit longer, think big part of the field.